Business to fail. So as a CPA, I'm going to tell you how I advise my clients when they have to make hard. And as an entrepreneur, you're always going to be faced with hard choices. There are times when you're going to have to cut your team back. There are going to be times where you're not going to be able to pay yourself. And there's going to be times where you're going to have to ask to exit contracts. And one of the hardest things about being a female entrepreneur is that a lot of times we are relying on feelings to drive our decisions, and we just cannot run our businesses like that. And so here are some things that I look for with my clients when we see that they need to make some decisions and pivot. The three largest expenses that businesses typically have are going to be salaries and wages, taxes, and marketing. And so with taxes, we can do some tax planning, but that's only going to help at the end of the year when it's time to, reconcile that obligation. You're not going to receive cash currently through tax saving initiatives. When it comes to your team, having a way to measure their efficiency to make sure that the client service providers that should be generating revenue are actually generating more revenue or assisting in generating more revenue than what you're paying them. And it's unfortunate, and I know it's an unpopular opinion, but you're going to do the world a disservice if you have to shut your business because you failed to make a tough choice when you were at that crossroads. Your clients, your efficient employees, and everybody else needs your business, needs your services, and you just always have to remember that even when it's hard. And then there's marketing. Look, marketing is the sexy sister, and when I was in corporate, finance and sales and marketing were always at each other's throats because sales and marketing made our jobs so freaking hard. But you have to have sales and marketing in order to have clients, in order to have a funnel of revenue. And so the finding of the sweet spot, when you're spending money on marketing, you have to have a way to be able to tell when you run an ad campaign or when you have a marketing initiative, how much revenue you generate from that. If there's no way to directly link the two, you're going to have a hard time seeing if something is working or not. And so when you're working with a marketing professional, make sure you have a firm understanding of how they're going to measure the conversions for their ad campaigns. If they give you like a Google ad dashboard, how do you know that what the dashboard clicks translate to your conversions? You're going to have to know that. And so as a fractional CFO, or I actually like to call it luxury financial consultant, I think fractional CFO is a little bit tired and overused. What we do is we make sure that we know where your money's going and that we're analyzing and helping you pivot when things get hard. It's really an investment that you can't afford to not have, especially if you're trying to build a big business and you're in a really big growth phase, because it is so easy to look at the amount of money in your bank account and say, how is it so low, without really stepping back and analyzing all of the levers that go into creating revenue and incurring costs. So if you're at a crossroads, if you have a multi-six-figure business, you're scaling to 7 figures, and you want to do so sustainably and have somebody there who really looks at your information and does a deep dive, I do have openings for Q3 and Q4 onboarding, and we can have a discussion. I have information on how to reach me at the top of the page.